in today's cycling video. I'm on a Specialized. Have a look. Hawthorn, ow. Nettles, ow. Brambles, ow. Contrary to my usual gravity-defying stunts, this evening we are going on a bike ride. It's not going to be exciting, it's not going to be death-defying, it's just going to be a bike ride. We're going to head across down this farm trail to the start, I think, of the Trans Pennine Trail, which runs all the way from Hornsea, which is that way on the east coast, all the way to Liverpool or somewhere around there on the west coast. I've only got an hour or so I don't think I'll be able to do it all. Probably the only bit of descending we're actually going to do in this entire video for about the next 5 seconds. Might even put my seat down for this bit. Yes! Go on! Oh, we've got air! Yeah, I'll probably turn the camera off now and you will join me back in about 15-20 minutes when I've got across to the start of one of the sections of the Trans Pennine Trail, and I'll make a decision as to whether I'm going north up towards Hornsea or south towards Ellerby. Right, we are nearly at the main road, which means I've got to go onto tarmac, which means I'm going to have to turn the GoPro off because it's illegal for you to see me on tarmac. Now look, this is the signpost for the King Charles's trails. I wonder if it actually does go that way, or whether that means on the road. It certainly looked to have cut the grass a bit, but I don't know. Do I do the King Charles Trail? Do I do the King Charles Trail? Nah. Let's turn this off. Right, we're just getting to the point where the Trans Pennine Trail starts there. Or I could turn right and go up towards Hornsea, which I've not done before. I don't actually know the route. I'm not sure if it's mainly uphill. So I think I've made the decision we are going to go left towards Hull. Let's go. So this is the Trans Pennine Trail. If we stayed on this all the way, we'd end up in Liverpool somewhere. Southport, I think it goes to. So I think we'll stop a little bit the way through rather than going all the way to Liverpool. Just on the bridge. I've never seen someone so overbiked for a piece of trail than I am right now. But even tyres, carbon rims, 200mm travel up the front, so overbiked. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, massively overbiked, but I've already done more miles in 20 minutes than I would have done on an evening ride on my old bike. So there is no way I can't even see around that corner. Here we go. no way that being overbiked is a handicap by any means. I've put the compression fully on my 4. I've got the Olean shock set in #1 position for pedalling. I've put my tyres up to 32 psi for this hard packed stuff. I've not even got a full face helmet on. Who am I? Road here, careful. Let's go. This stretch isn't quite as overgrown over the side, so I can see really far in front. Aside from any deers just decided to run out, that'll make some good content. Aside from any deers running out in front of me, I think we can quite safely get a bit of a lick on here. Yeah, that's cool. Right, we're going to go back the way we've just come. So, this is the Trans Pennine Trail. We're now heading northbound towards Hornsea from Ellerby. E-bikes are cheating apparently, they're not a workout. They absolutely are. We are 30 minutes in. It's a bit windy across here about this bit. Oh, there's a cat. Go on, decide which way you're going. I think we're getting close to the bridge bit now. Well, I've got to have my wits about me, so we're going to go quite fast. Be ready to stop if I need to. Or at least slow down. I don't like stopping. Oh no, I've got a section first with a staircase to get up. Oh, I didn't see that. Didn't see that metal barrier on the way up here. On the way down, I must have missed that. I wonder how close it was to my shin. We'll have a look through the footage and find out, shall we? Right, the walkers that were on the bridge, I've just seen walking down there towards the pub, so in theory, this should be relatively clear. Apart from the guy who was just off to the side of the track there that just scared the living Jesus out of me. Traction then. Felt pretty quick. I don't know if it's the fastest I've ever done that section, but anyway. We're training for the Bolly Skyline Enduro race and I'm actually feeling quite good. It's probably good for me to get out and do some enduro XC riding rather than just jumps every weekend. So, 34 minutes. We could have a trek up the trail towards Hornsea actually. We could at least do 15 minutes up, 15 minutes back, I suppose. I think we go this way, Hornsea Rail Trail. Yeah. Oh, there's some stunts to be done here. wonder if that drops back down again. Yeah, it does. Don't know why we didn't ride up there. Anyway, I have never been this way. Normally I turn right and go back on the road there and go back home. But let's see what the Trans Pennine Trail has to offer on the way to Hornsea. So there's a branch down here as if a tree's come down. Yeah. So far as single track goes, this is about as boring as it gets. If you are going to come and you're not just looking for flat out speed, that's like a time trial on a gravel bike, then I think I'd definitely recommend bringing a friend with you, someone to talk to, otherwise you'll just be on a hard packed ex-railway line talking to a camera to people on the internet who you might never meet, which is a little bit weird. But anyway, it's where we find ourselves today. I think we'll turn around when we get to this next section here because there's nothing happening, it's boring. I can't be bothered to ride all the way to Hornsea tonight, although at this pace, at this time, it should be relatively easy, but I only wanted to come out for a power hour and show some people a little bit of the Trans Pennine Trail. If you're in the area and you've never ridden this trail, it might help you get an idea of what's to expect. You realise that you can do it on a gravel bike, you don't need a full downhill spec e-bike at all. Massively overbiked for this, but it is what it is. And that is where we're going to call it. Let's turn around. Nettles and all sorts up here. That was pretty stupid. Hawthorn, ow. Nettles, ow. Brambles, ow. Trees in the face, ow. Anyway, we had to do a little bit of stunt riding, didn't we? I suppose semi-typically of any of my reviews or my walkthroughs or talkthroughs on YouTube, I haven't got all the details. If you want to start at Hornsea, you go to Hornsea and look for signs for the Trans Pennine Trail. I think it's near Tesco somewhere. But it does actually finish right on the seafront, so if you walk up and down the Hornsea seafront for a while, I'm sure you'll find the start of the trail. And then just follow the signposts. If you want to start in Hull, start in Hull. I've not got a clue where it comes out in Hull, so good luck with that one. I'm sure you'll find some information on the internet, just don't rely on me for it. Yeah, what a lovely evening. I've probably got a suntan. First time in forever. I've got legs out, got the shorts on, I've not got knee pads or anything, so my legs are fully out in the elements. Probably not a good thing. Normally when I get my legs out, the sun disappears. Yeah, this is the Trans Pennine Trail. We're heading southbound from Hornsea at the moment towards Ellerby, towards Whitedale really, but heading towards Ellerby. And it's hard packed fire road basically. It used to be a railway line, what do you expect? Oh look, stunt riding. I think we'll get a drink out here. Yeah. Booyah. Alright, for a short stretch, I'm going to have to go on this black hard standing stuff here, this tarmac. Just for a short stretch that way, but don't tell anyone. not actually on the road here. I'm doing a berm. Mountain biking. See? Right, if you saw some footage a minute ago of me on tarmac, it wasn't me. It's heading up here to the seafront. Don't go in there. There's unexploded bombs. There's a sign up here, it tells you that. But you got to get all the way up there before realising you're not allowed in there. There you go, that's what it says. Danger. Yeah, don't go near the bombs. Right, I've just got up the top of the cliffs and I've realised that there's essentially, although it might not sound like it now because I'm riding, but there's essentially not a breath of wind in the air. So I'm just pedalling back down this stretch and I'm going to come back up here because there's a Strava line. Anyway, when I got to the top, right by the cliff top where there's normally a headwind off the North Sea, there wasn't a breath of wind in the air, so I'm hoping that it's prime conditions for a bit of single track bashing. Let's get into it. We're in. This is the single track I was talking about, right across the cliff tops. Bumpy section there. I always seem to forget about that. But you can see how close we are to the cliff top, the cliff edge. You've got to have your wits about you, looking out for any sort of big cracks in the terrain. You can start to see a few cracks in the edge of here. It's time to start worrying. This full section of cliff might actually go into the water. See how close that is, Jesus. It's quite bumpy there, got a bit of air. Wow, it's really close here. Over that fence. And we're into this hard sloggy bit now. Sort of goes a little bit back uphill. As much as that first section is definitely not downhill. This is definitely uphill. Yeah, thank you. This is fantastic. This is exactly what e-bikes were made for. Just getting out and about in the evening. You've only got an hour and you want to put some miles in. I've actually done 1 hour 15 minutes and I've done, I would say, probably more miles than I would do in a day out on my normal bike. And bear in mind I'm on a 200mm travel full fat e-bike. It's a full downhill bike, so it's as capable a Duffy bike park as it is here on the single tracks in East Yorkshire. It's just a machine. What a beautiful evening. Definitely gonna have to go and play about with the bike, find out what that creaking is, but yeah, if I decide to put this out onto YouTube and you think it's boring, don't bother telling me. I don't want to know. If you think it was alright, drop us a comment, drop us a like, maybe even think about subscribing if you don't already. There's probably never going to be a video like this again, because next week we'll be back doing jumps and big mountain stuff. We're getting in preparation for the Bolly Skyline coming up. Josh Bryceland's race, Rat Boy. Cannot wait for that. I've never done a race before in my life, so it's going to be interesting just seeing what the process is like, getting there, seeing what the organisation is like. I've not got a clue what to expect. I'm going into it completely open-minded. I'm hoping I don't come last, and that's about it. That's my only goal. I'd like to get through all the stages, and I don't want to come last. Anything above and beyond that, I'll be well happy. Really, really, really happy just to be there and enjoy it, soak it all up, and just be a part of it. This fantastic community that we're all part of, riding mountain bikes, riding any bikes. Let's be right, we all take the mick out of road bikes and gravel bikes and hardtails and e-bikes and whatever you want, but in reality we're just people out enjoying riding bikes. We're big kids really, aren't we? So I'll make this my final thoughts in a bit, dog shit. Now then, sports fans, those who still clap the NHS, and people who can do a Rubik's Cube. In today's cycling video, I'm on a Specialized. Have a look. And it's electric. It's got Bluetooth gears, Bluetooth dropper post. Have a look. It's got suspension plusher than your mum's mattress. It's got carbon rims. It's got a number board up front which immediately makes it faster than anything else. It even come with a helmet. It didn't come with a balaclava though. So I'm going to make this my final thoughts. Do not approach or touch any military or unidentified objects. They might explode. In a bit, dog shit.